Hey guys, it's Chelsea.
And Chris.
And we are LBC Party of Five, trying to get back into the regular swing of things. So we are going to come finally with this Q&A. You guys have sent in your questions before Carter's whole diagnosis, and we're finally being able to get to them now. So let's just get right into it. My girl Ree, asks, what is your favorite thing about having a YouTube channel? You want me to answer? Or you
yes.
Answer? Skip. Okay, so I'll answer that because I know. Okay, my favorite thing, and I believe you would agree.
I can speak for myself. Go ahead and answer
you just asked me to answer the question.
Well, you go first. That's what I meant.
Is the community and what I call our village that has come out of creating this YouTube channel, like being able to create an extended family with you guys. That's my favorite part of it. Being able to reach so many people that we never would have otherwise, and just be able to share our story. I love getting the messages that reaffirms why we are doing this channel or why we continue to share on this platform. All the messages, well, you don't get them, but I'll show them to you.
I see them.
Oh, you see some, but yeah, some of them slide up in the DMs though. But all respectful. But yeah, just the messages thanking us for sharing our story, for being visible, because there aren't, I know when I was going through the whole transition, it was hard for me to find other people out there that were, successful. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I yearned for. So
visibility.
There's the visibility. We're getting all the messages just thanking us for sharing our story. So that reaffirms why we're doing this. So that is my favorite part, just building the relationship, genuine relationships with people, and being able to share.
That was a good answer. I was gonna say Carter's reactions to the videos.
Yes, guys, you don't know how much she's
our number one subscriber.
So into this shit. She loves, and then she's not being, like I say that she's vain, but she's not. She just likes to relive things and, rewatch and everything. So it's, watching it through her eyes is,
yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't seem like she's excited in the shots and everything, but she'll be the first one, oh, get the camera. Like, I want to vlog this. She doesn't say vlog, but, she wants to record it.
Take a picture of me. But, show them, she'll say that. She'll say that. And today, I was like, remember when you were in the hospital? She's like, yeah, I saw it on the TV. She doesn't think it happens there. She thinks it's, she thinks it's a good show, I guess.
She likes
good editing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting better. Yeah. I'm getting better.
You're so vain.
I know.
No, go ahead. Next question.
I enjoy doing it. Okay. Next question is, what would be our words of advice to new YouTube couples? Don't do it for the gram. Don't do it for no fame. Don't do it for...
Yeah, just do it just to have fun.
And make sure that you... go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No blinker. Just in the lane. What I would suggest is that you do it just to have fun, because, YouTube can be a tricky platform if you're trying to do it for monetary purposes and things like that. If you're doing it just to have fun and do it for recreational companionship, that's an awesome platform to do it on. But don't do it just for any other reason besides that. Right,
because you will be disappointed and discouraged constantly if you're doing it for any other reason other than that.
Jealousy, competition.
Yeah, it's a whole nother. There is a dark side of YouTube. Trust me. But what I was gonna say, because they said as a couple. So my tip as a couple, in addition to what Chris said, would be to make sure going into it, like before you even started, make sure you're on the same page as to what you want to share on the platform and how often you want to share it, because then you don't want it to become like it's recreational for one, but then it feels like it's a chore for the other. You know what I mean? But if you're on the same page going in,
right. I agree.
Yeah, and things can change, but just make sure you're on the same page going into it, because you don't want it to cause problems. You don't ever want, like, YouTube should never be that serious where it's causing problems in your relationships, but it can happen. Like, you see a lot of people splitting up, and I'm sure it's not just because of being on the it's life, but that's got to have a big factor in it if you're not on the same page with each other.
And a lot of people are really invested in these YouTube couples, and they put a lot of pressure, in the DMs, commenting, making what they see as observations and trying to draw conclusions that are not there. So we've had that happen to us.
Yes. So yeah. Next question. Now this one is a loaded question. Was there anything that was hard for you as the wife during the transition, or anything that was shocking or hard to get used to? Did it feel gradual or sudden when the changes happened? Because their wife identifies as lesbian, and she has some fears about my starting T in the summer, and this person specifically already had a top surgery done last year. That's my portion of the questions. And then you so it's a loaded question, but it's really good. I did a whole series on this called Wives Tales, so please, if you're the one that asked this question, make sure your wife checks that out. But I guess the hardest part, it wasn't even the actual transition. You do have to be patient with the person that's transitioning, because their mind is all out of whack, and it's a lot of emotions.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes besides T.
Right, and some things that the person can't even articulate or explain, because they don't even know themselves what's really going on, or how they're feeling, or why they're feeling a certain way. So just as the supporter, as the spouse, you just have to be really patient and understanding of that fact, and just give space if they need the space. But what was I going? But the changes, I kind of was expecting. I don't think there was anything that was I don't think it was. Got you there. I don't think there was any of those.
Yeah.
Aside from something that you may not want to discuss on.
Anyways, moving on. Like, you're not gonna wake up with like a full face. You're not gonna wake up and like you see a caveman in front of you, and you're like,
So yeah, no, everything has been gradual thus far, which has been our experience. But the hardest thing that I had to deal with, which I'm sure your wife may struggle with going through this, is just their own identity. That's the biggest struggle that I've had. And again, we've done a video on this. Is not losing who I am just because he is transitioning. That's been the biggest thing, especially in the LGBT community. I still identify as lesbian, but others don't view me as such. Right. Unless they know me and know, they can't tell just by looking at us that I am a lesbian, or still identify as one. So that's been the hardest struggle.
And vice versa, some people can't tell that I'm trans, That's fine. I like that.
Okay. Anyway,
did we answer all the paragraph questions?
Oh, no, yours.
Oh, yeah.
To Chris. How do you ease any anxiety your wife might have had, or what do you do to be sure she felt supported during the start of the process?
During the start of the process, we went to couples therapy just to kind of get a baseline before all the changes started happening. So you can't just, she couldn't, or we both wouldn't have the excuse like, oh, this is wrong in our relationships because of the transition. No, this was wrong before the transition, blah, blah, blah. That's what we tried to prevent.
Right.
And to ease your anxiety. Did I do that? Did I do a good job at easing your anxiety? Yeah, because your biggest anxiety was, the communication and, other things.
And that was an effort. The whole couples therapy was an effort to ease that.
Right. And
I wouldn't call it anxiety for me, but just my fears.
But like you had fears, like, if I was going to feel differently about you, that kind of thing. And no, I told you it wouldn't, and it hasn't. So yeah, just open, honest communication. Couples therapy is good. A gender therapist for yourself, big time. That helped with a lot of separate issues I was dealing with outside of my relationship. And those tools helped me a lot.
And remember, being able to come into yourself, love yourself more, and have the time to focus on yourself and deal with your own feelings is only going to benefit your other half, your significant other.
That's true. But in my transition, it felt a little rushed because, I got stuff going on. It wasn't just, me being single. Like, I have you, I have the kids. Like,
well, neither is this person.
I know, but it feels a little like, okay, get your stuff together quicker because, we gotta live life. So it's like, yeah, okay, you got 3 months, get it together, that kind of thing.
But that was pressure you were putting on yourself, not...
Right, but, you need to step up in certain roles and do certain things.
This person was always curious to know the gap between all the children and why we decided to wait so long. why there was such a gap. So Xavier is 16. Middle daughter, Delina, she is 13 going on 14. And as you know, Carter just turned 3. Did we do a video on this before? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
No, yeah, the dynamics one.
Maybe, I don't know. I wanted a baby.
Yeah, so that was the reason for the gap.
Time out. I wanted Chelsea to have a baby. And I felt that, you know, if you watch our other videos about blended families and things like that, I just feel like having Carter has anchored everyone in the home.
Okay. Girl Ebony asks, or she says, I admire you guys so much. Will you do a meet and greet, or a vacation gathering? That's a good idea.
Well, but yeah, vacations are tricky. Some people don't vacation well together.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to go with them, but you like go to a different location, not just
and
New
then
York.
Go see them. Okay.
Where we're at.
Listen, if there's food, I'm there.
Yeah, we're always down for it, but it's just, you know, like circumstances always come up. As you know, now we can't really go too far or do much with a lot of people outside of this house because of Carter. But aside from that, yes, we definitely would love to do that. We would love to be able to see, you know, put faces, even though we have, you know, like profile pictures, faces to the names, but it would be cool to interact in person.
So drop in the comments below what cities you're from and where you want us to come. Yeah,
because that would be fun. We're always looking to travel. We don't need an excuse or many excuses to travel. And the final question, we will give a quick answer, but we are going to do a follow-up. You'll see that coming out soon, getting deeper into thought on this question. But have you considered 100% raw foods and juices for Carter instead of chemo? We gonna touch on that, y'all. We gonna touch on that. But yes, of course, we want our kids to eat as healthy as possible. But that is not that will not cure.
Wait, first of all, let's just, in case we weren't aware, Carter is a toddler.
Right.
She is a toddler. So, toddlers, if you've had them before or experienced growing children, they eat certain things at certain times, and it's just a part of growing up in America, really.
But no, to answer the question, it did not cross our mind to eat or feed her kale as opposed to giving her chemo, because in this situation, and the doctor is saying, yes, she was gonna die, and there was no amount of kale that was going to save her.
Yeah, so there's a time and a place, everyone.
Time and a place, but we will follow up and continue that conversation in an upcoming video. Yeah. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.